Good morning, everyone. My name is Sydney. I am a junior in the college. I am majoring in American Studies and Women's and Gender Studies with a minor in journalism. And welcome to A Week in My Life. We are starting off a little slow today because my first class of the day was on Zoom because of some snow and ice. But we're gonna now go on the rest of my day. It's probably gonna be pretty boring. On Mondays, I have 3 classes, so I will have 2 more today that are both going to be in person. Then I am going to go to a meeting, probably get dinner. You'll see this week that a lot of my life is going to be taken up by The Voice. That is the student news magazine on campus. I'm the managing editor for content there. So you're going to see a lot of my days probably revolve around that, as they always do. So yeah, I'm excited to have y'all come with me, and I will see you at lunch. So when I got to Leo's for lunch, I actually got pretty comfy there and realized that it didn't really make sense to move somewhere else to study, so I ended up hanging out there for a few hours and reading. Then I grabbed my stuff and walked on over to my Images of Japanese American Incarceration class, and then quickly ran over to my working class history class. After all my classes for the day were done, I met up with some friends for dinner and then went upstairs to the Georgetown Voice Sports section meeting where we discussed lots and lots. Then I finished my day at Yates doing a pool swim. My friend and I normally actually do this on Monday and Wednesday mornings, but today the Yates pool was closed in the morning, so we ended up doing it tonight. And my least favorite part of the day is walking out in the cold, soaking wet. Hi guys, I just got back to my room. I changed. I'm gonna be here for like 30 minutes. I have to do a little bit of reading for class and I'm gonna try to fit in, and then I have to edit an article. It's going out in an hour. And then I am going to get on the bus and go to the men's basketball game to cover it. I'm gonna try to get there like probably 20 to 30 minutes before, because I want to be able to check in, get my credentials, go get some of the food they put in the press room, which is really nice because I don't have to eat Leo's or pay for my dinner tonight. So I'm gonna try to get some food and then get myself all set up and ready for tip-off. So yeah. Okay, everybody, now come with me to the basketball game. I got on the bus and we left a little bit later than I had hoped, but I was still able to get into Chinatown and to Capital One Arena in a decent time frame. I then went in through the separate media entrance so that I could go ahead and get my credential and get all set up. Then I went ahead and headed on over to the media room to get my dinner, which was which was super duper exciting for me. Then it was time to get all set up. Mostly when I'm covering basketball games, I take notes during the game and record stats and then end up writing when I get home. So after this, I went home, wrote my article, sent it into editors, and then called it a night. Hello everybody, good morning. Today you are going to join me on what I affectionately refer to as my day of hell. That is because I have 4 classes today and then meetings after. I have my first class from 11 to 12:15. Then I have a nice break that I usually spend studying in Car Barn. Then I have class from 3:30 to 4:45, 5 to 6:15, and 6:30 to 9 p.m. So it is a very long day. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film for y'all because I'm in class for the vast majority of it. But I will try to take y'all along. The good thing about this day is that I actually do legitimately enjoy all of my classes that I have on Wednesdays, which definitely helps me get through the day easier. But it's still gonna be a very long one. So I will see y'all later. To get started with the day, I headed to Car Barn for my first class of the day, which is advertising and social change. I met up with my friend Eileen in Car Barn after and then studied there for what felt like way too long. But I managed to get lunch there, and then after grabbed a coffee for myself and a smoothie for my friend and headed to our Images of Japanese and American Incarceration class, and then headed back over to my working class history class. I then went to my journalism ethics class but forgot to film any of that, and then found myself in the voice office for much of the night studying, and sadly, our elevator is still broken, so also a track. Hello everybody. I did not film this morning because I really slept in. But I will now walk you through, in retrospect, what I did today. So Thursdays are very similar to my Tuesdays in that I only have one class and it's at 2 p.m. So last night I was up super late doing homework, so I slept in until a time that I don't need to reveal publicly. So then I went to class, which was exciting because it was my last class of the week, so I am done now for the next 3 days, which is wonderful. Now it is going to be time for me to do my laundry because I have been really putting it off, and I am like wearing clothes that I haven't worn since I was 14. So we are going to go take care of my laundry, put that in, and then after, I think I'm going to go over to my friend's room and hang out with her for a little while, and then I will probably go to bed early. So yeah, I'll see you later. Hey gang, I'd love to tell you that I have an interesting Friday planned to show you all, but most of my Fridays consist of me sitting in my bed and catching up on work. I feel like I just like plow through the week, and then I get to Friday, which is my only weekday without classes, and I just kind of like... So I'll show you today, which is probably just going to be me doing a lot of work. Yeah, that's pretty much all my Fridays are, honestly. I love my friends and I like being social, but I also like having like nonverbal cocoon time where I just like am not a human. So that is normally what my Fridays are. So yeah, looking forward to showing y'all that. So after many hours of studying and getting other tasks done for clubs that I had just pushed off throughout the week, I got dinner with some friends and then finished up the rest of my day. Thank you guys so much for following along with me throughout this week. As you can see, it's always a bit hectic but super fun, and I really do love every week, even if some are a lot busier than others. Thank you guys so much for following along, and Hoya Saxa!